Let me tell you a goody story about partition, Indian independence, the violence, and I want to trigger a certain train of thoughts in you about what's happening now compared to what happened during partition when India was divided into two. Let me go back into history. I've been reading for the last 6 months about all these things. So one of the major factor, what happened during partition? Millions of people, one of the greatest, largest migration of human beings in the history of the world, when millions of people from India tried to go to Pakistan and millions of people from Pakistan tried to come back to their land, and there was a idiot who came from Radcliffe. There was a guy who came from from England, to divide India into Pakistan and India. And this Radcliffe has never been to India. He just came here within 3-4 weeks. He took the map, drew some random line and said, this is going to be Pakistan, this is going to be India, that is going to be Bangladesh. He had no historical background, he had no data. Of course, those days it was like that. So what happened, once everybody knew either you have to choose India or go to Pakistan, Muslims, and Hindus on the other side, Hindus and Sikhs on the other side, they all tried to exchange. And thousands and millions of people were charged up, and it was an opportunity to loot, rape, grab lands, I don't know, you have to read Sadat Mahanto's story about the partition. He has written a lot of short stories. Anyway, so what happened is, it was a trigger for violence. Every petty criminal, every bloody, groups, they thought this is the right time to bloody loot, kill, rob, all this. So 1 million, more than one. Nobody has a proper record, but 1 million people were killed. Now you'll wonder how suddenly, just because of this kind of a decision of partition, 1 million people, can you imagine what it is? I mean, those days when India was just 250 million, in the 10 million got killed, 1 million got killed. That is a big proportion. Did you wonder why that kind of violence happened? So step back another 5 years. There was a World War II going on. And in World War II, the British recruited almost about, I think, I'm not very accurate about all these numbers and all that, and nobody is accurate about all this. Nearly 1.5 million Indians were recruited by British to fight in World War II, in Africa, in Middle East, in Eastern Europe and all that. All of these people were recruited and taken there. That is World War II. And millions of people were recruited, taken there, trained, and they were made to kill in those battles, World War II. And anyway, World War II ended in 1944. And what did British do? They just discharged all these people because the war is over. They can't maintain millions of Indian soldiers in their army. So they just said, okay, war is over, now you go back. They didn't give them pension. They didn't recognize their service. No awards were given. No this thing was given. They were all sent home. Now imagine, and most of these people who were recruited are from Punjab, Haryana, Uttarakhand, Kumaon, North Indian, all these warrior Jats, Gurjars, and all these people were sent back home. 1944. All trained soldiers without any income, no pension, no recognition, they're all wandering around. Then this partition happened. And there was a ready-made army who were trained to kill on both sides. Punjab means, those days, Punjab was single. Pakistan and India. Sindh also. Of course, 1 million people got killed in partition. Because there were trained military soldiers without job, frustration, anger, when partition happened. So they were met. So, of course, on a scale, it's an army operation on both sides. People were killed on both sides because of Britishers sending all these soldiers who fought in World War II home. Now, why am I talking about this? Let's come to present time. I am predicting a major problem in another 5-6 years in India. Why am I saying it? Because now suddenly they have introduced a army recruitment plan called Agnipath. I don't know, they got inspired by, Amitabh Bachchan or Hrithik Roshan's movie or something. These are all stupid things this government does. They only slogans, acronyms, and bada bada baat, Vishwaguru and all that. So now they stopped permanent service in the army at all. They are going to recruit through this Agnipath scheme 40,000-50,000 per year, and they are going to train them for 6 months and send them to different regiment. See, the loyalty of a regiment is grown over a period of years. Okay, I don't want to get into the loyalty business, but what I'm trying to say is, after they join, these guys who go to Agnipath scheme, they're not going to get pension, they're not going to get any other benefits, will be considered as soldiers. They'll be just given a discharge saying that you served in army for 4 years. That's it. And all these guys, 4 years means around 3 lakh people will come out in 4 years without any pension, without any loyalty, and very well trained to use arms. Just like what happened in 1947 partition riots. Every year you are going to add these kind of jobless, hungry, angry youth who are trained to use weapons. In 5 years there will be, and same region will be supplying all these army jawans. Imagine what will happen when there is another incident like this, like division of, all this, what is going on now, Hindu, Muslim. Imagine what will happen in 5 years down the line when trained soldiers are discharged after 4 years and they don't have any guarantee, no pension, and they'll be laughed at by villagers. Ala tu kyun army mein join ke wapas aaya? I am warning you. You guys don't think enough. You just go bakt. So go deep into history. Understand. Don't think your whole thing you built around you is very safe. One big incident like this will ruin your life also. Whole bloody atmosphere in this country will go. Be careful about all these, reckless decision these idiots make. This Fako, fancy dress, inauguration prime minister, ribbon cutting only. Kalas. Where are 100 smart cities? And in those 100 smart cities, these bloody Agniveers are going to be thrown out after 4 years from the army with no pension, no livelihood. Imagine what will happen in 5 years. Think independently, learn some critical thinking. Don't go, yeah about somebody. This is a warning signal. Why everybody is, I don't know. Anyway, I just gave you a historical perspective of what happened in partition, and don't even don't even hope there'll be a second partition. Okay, it's going to be more violent than the first one. Thank you. Good night.